welcome to the Future Successors Podcast, where the future is now. Today, I'm joined by Justin, Director and Game Presentation here at OTE. How you doing, Justin?
I'm good. How are you? Appreciate you having me.
I'm good. Man, that job title, man. Tell me what you do here at OTE, man.
Yeah, so when you come to the arena, everything that you see, from the lights to the music to all the entertainment on the floor, that's me.
Yeah.
So we have a department, it's growing of 3 now, and it's our job to come up with all the in-game contests, all the fun stuff that brings you to the arena, right? Because you can watch it on the streams, you can watch it on TV, you can watch it everywhere, but what can we do that gets you in the building and gets you coming back? So that's my job.
Man, I know y'all be ripping and running around here on game day, boy. Just behind the scenes, like when it's not game day.
Yeah.
Just a regular day like this today.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing today?
Yeah, so like a day like today, I'm researching. I'm watching other games. I'm seeing what other teams do. I'm looking for props. I'm looking for new things that, we can add to our arena, whether that's lasers or smoke and haze or whatever we can do to create more theater, more entertainment. That's our goal here. And we've got a unique situation because here at Overtime, we're creating this lane. It's a new lane, and we really get to figure out what makes sense for us. So It's fun. It's exciting.
Now, where are you from?
So I'm originally from Morgantown, West Virginia.
Okay.
So I went to WVU for undergrad and graduate school, got in with the football team there, and my first job there, I actually was the assistant to the announcer for the football team. And just became friends with him, and one day he hits me up and he's like, hey, I need someone to help me in the booth. Like, would you want to, help me and just be my assistant? And I'm going to the games, paying for my... It's like, sure, to have my own seat with my name in the press box, I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And that was my first taste of, I don't have the size to, play. Yeah. So I was always like, how can I be in sports? And being a part of that production crew that was we create the atmosphere and, we create the energy in the building. How do I do that for a living? So that's... Back home, that's where I got my start, and then just took off from there.
See, I ain't never been in no press box. See, you doing stuff that I want to do. I ain't never been in the press box and on the field.
Yeah.
Two things I don't want to do. I ain't never did
that. Oh, that was the best. You get your pass, and it's pregame. I would walk the field. Why not? Take advantage of it,
That's cool. So you're here at the Future Successors Podcast. Welcome, man. So you see success in the name.
Yeah.
How do you define success?
That's a great question. It's success in my position, in my life, is all about creating experiences and moments for the fans. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing. It goes back to that first statement I made about what are we doing to get them here? They're fighting the traffic, they're paying for the ticket, they're paying for parking, all the things. So what can me and my team do to create this environment that makes it worth it for them? So success is when they're walking out the door and they're all talking about the great times they had, or they're talking about this song they heard, this moment that happened in game that is ultimately going to bring them back. So that's success.
Man, because I know I didn't been here a few game days, and I had a really good time. I had floor seats.
Yeah.
Thanks to Will, my mentor. Shout out to Will, man. But yeah, I had really great seats, and when I seen Will, and he was running all around the arena, literally. They was on the little, what do you call it, earpiece?
Oh, yeah, on columns, and it's game days or something else.
It's crazy.
Something else.
And it's y'all here 2 hours before the game and 2 hours after the game. Just all day.
All day.
And I just give props to y'all because y'all make it a very good experience for the kids and the people that come in. And y'all really, really the heroes behind the scenes.
No, appreciate that.
A lot of people see the players, but they don't see everybody else that's making the players go, and the people that's here when the lights go off, when you not here, that's behind the scenes doing the different things like that.
Yeah, it even goes down to, I know you talked to my boy Connor.
Yeah.
So Connor's on my team, and he's a legend. I wouldn't be able, he makes me look good. I can script and write the game show and the in-arena experience, but he is really great at helping that become executed. So he's on the floor moving the players in different spots, grabbing contestants, and really making this stuff happen. So just want to give a big shout out to my boy Connor.
Yeah, we spoke to Connor too. That episode is coming out as well.
Love it.
Real cool dude. Real laid back. That was
yeah.
a good podcast.
Yep.
But so just the extra sauce, because I know it's hard to work in this field.
Sure.
What's the extra thing that's needed when you're working in a career field like this?
That's a good question. It's passion. Like, I've done lots of interviews, lots of people. That's what I tell people. I'm very blessed and very lucky because there's so few people that get to do what I do. Like, you look at professional sports, let's just take the NBA, for example. There's 30 of my positions. Yeah. That's it. So very lucky, very blessed, but I think it's the passion. In all my interviews coming up, I've been show calling now for 5 years, and every team I've been with, they've all told me flat out that I'm going up against people that have 10, 15 years experience in the industry, but they've ultimately chosen me because they see like the passion, the excitement, the new age, the new ideas, and all that stuff. So that's what it is. Like, sports, it's a lifestyle. As much as it is a job, it's a lifestyle. So if you're all for it and you love it and there's that passion there, you can see it organically, and that's what makes like a good sports worker.
Yes, I seen that you work with College Park Skyhawks.
I did.
Tell me about that experience down there with the Skyhawks, the Atlanta Hawks G League affiliate team. Tell me how that was.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience. I got my first internship at the Atlanta Hawks, actually. Yep. So I worked in their Fan X department. I went away and ran another G League team up in Erie. Then I did AAA baseball. And then one day, I get a call from the Hawks when I used to work for them. And their show caller says, hey, we're starting this G League team, the Skyhawks, right in Atlanta. You know our brand. We'd love you to come back and, like, create that show. Like, same thing, kind of when I came here to OT, they didn't really have too much of a baseline on, like, what is our experience. So getting to go there and kind of start them off the ground and really be able to create a show with the help of the Atlanta Hawks was incredible. And to play right in this city, it was a great experience.
It's like you starting everybody off the ground. You started at College Park Skyhawks off the ground, here at OTE.
Yeah.
You done got them off the ground to where they successful now. But I know with all the success, there comes ups and downs.
Of course.
Tell me a moment where you was resilient and you had to see it through.
Sure. So right after I finished my internship in Atlanta, and I took a job with the Erie Bayhawks, the G League team. They were actually the G League team of the Hawks, and then they became the G League team of the Pelicans. So when I went there, smaller arena, smaller crowds, of course, in a small city, and I was one of one in my department. So everything from not only creating the show and the in-house script and hiring entertainment and overseeing them, but I would create all the graphics and videos, and I would go in the control room, upload all those graphics and videos. Then during the game, not only did I hit the buttons to like display them on the screen, I played in-house DJ and called the show. So that was a lot, and there was a full season of that. But very thankful for that, but because I got that experience, now going into these other positions, I'm never going to ask my crew to do something that I know is not possible. And it really gave me the respect from the crew that, like, I understand all the systems already.
Yes.
So even though, like, yeah, I'm still young in the game, that I had that experience of running everything by myself, it was a great eye-opener and makes me appreciate what I have at all these other places, including here, this great team I get to work with.
Man, it seemed like you didn't work so hard. Because, like you just said, man, you had to do 30 things at once by yourself on a game day.
Yeah.
For a whole season. And so that's just very selfless. That's a selfless mentality. Just you wanting the fan experience to be great. That's wonderful. But I recently seen a recommendation from Rachel Malak on your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And that's cool, you know, a little bit about Rachel and what she does on TV and everything. Tell me what relationship helped you, a mentor or an uncle or auntie, what relationship helped you to be at OTE in Atlanta with the Atlanta Hawks and with the Skyhawks and everything like that?
No, that's a great question. First, I'll give a little shine to my girl, Rachel.
Yeah.
Because Rachel, when I was in Erie, I held auditions because we needed an in-game host, right? And Rachel never hosted before. And she showed up and she gave that energy, and right away I was like, Rachel, you're a superstar. So one of the best things and one of the most rewarding things of this career is to see someone like Rachel grow as she has. She has a daily TV show now. Yeah. So she is incredible, and like that's what fills my bucket in this position. But I'm sorry, I kind of lost your question.
How do you foster these new relationships?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, so the sports world is small, and it's all about who you know. So starting with the Atlanta Hawks, and I started that relationship early, and since day one, they've been in my corner. And that's been huge in all my next moves and talking with them, and they've given me great advice on where to go next. So obviously, great shout out to them for giving me my first shot. But there's a legend in the game prez world, and his name's Johnny Greco. And he's done everything from starting the Las Vegas Golden Knights to the Vegas Raiders to he's been in Seattle and the Kraken now that started. And I got into talking to him a few years ago, just reached out to him on LinkedIn, I think it was. And we swapped numbers, and periodically, like, we call and check in, and he gives incredible advice. And he's the same way of, I feel his passion and his drive, and he's someone I aspire to be, and he's made it and a legend in this game because of that passion, that drive. So Johnny Greco has definitely been a huge one in my corner, and then everyone at the Atlanta Hawks has been great too.
Yes, the most important thing. What's next for Justin? Where do you want to be? Your dream, a championship for you. Where do you want to be? Whether that's, hey, I want to go back to my hometown and just live all my life, work for myself. Where do you want to be in the future, Justin?
No, that's a great question. I really try to live in the present as much as I can, but those are things that we have to think about, of course.
Yes.
I love where I'm at here at OT. Like, I love this ride that I'm on here at OT because we have such that unique opportunity. We're creating traditions for our teams. We're creating these experiences that any team you look at, they have these things that you know are going to happen at the games, right? Whether it's the steak being thrown in Atlanta United or the chop at the Braves game. So what are those for OT? So I'm excited here where I'm at now to be able to help create those and organically see those happen. So in the future, like, we want OT to keep blowing up, more teams, bigger league, more arenas, the whole thing, and this could blow up. So I would love just to be, I love being a trendsetter and being like the first one for this league here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the ride and see where it goes. But the future is definitely where I'm at. Just a little extra background. I started my work career in social work. So I was a social worker. So I would go and see clients that had mental disabilities. And while that job was rewarding as well, to help them get to their most independent selves, it still wasn't filling my bucket completely full, because here, when I see that you get that instant reaction from the crowd. When there's a game that you're playing in-game that happens, that goes well, you get the instant response, and that's what fills my bucket. So love where I'm at. I'm excited for the journey, and we'll see where it takes us.
Man, everybody ready for the next season.
Right.
Man, we ready for the next season, man. Because I know that the first 2 seasons were amazing. And y'all got guys going to the NBA. Y'all got guys going to big D1 schools. So y'all really are putting these players in different positions. And also the fans. Y'all have millions and millions of followers on Instagram, TikTok, that's just waiting to see these players play. You packing out the crowd. Because I remember one game I came to, y'all had to stop letting people in because it was getting so packed.
Yep.
I think it was a playoff game maybe.
Yeah.
And that's just the rewarding feeling that, hey, everybody wants to be here and wants to see these players.
You can feel.
Yeah,
you can feel. Those were some of the greatest times this past season when we had to shut the doors. And I look back and I see 4 or 5 people standing deep just to watch. Like, you can feel that energy in the building. And my team and myself, we feed off that. Like, when they're giving us energy, it's a lot easier for us to give it right back. And then everyone's having a good time. That's my leadership style. If my crew, my entertainment team, all of our people are having a good time, that translates in arena, and everyone else has fun too. So that's the ultimate goal.
Yes. So do you see OT expanding in the future, going to a different state maybe, or going across country or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. The past 2 seasons, we've already picked up expansion teams, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon because, like you said, we're gaining that traction, and we have that younger demographic, which is so massive, so important right now. It's funny, when I took this job and I was talking to my family, there was one person in my entire family that knew what OT was.
Yes.
My 10-year-old cousin. He was like, wait, like you're gonna get to like be there with the Thompson twins and
yeah,
get to my 10-year-old cousin. He knew, so that's the demo. But I said OT and he lit up, and that was another big eye opener to me because like, they know about it. So that's the whole goal. It's to get people here because everyone that I brought here that's got to experience it live
loved it.
same thing. Yes. And even when they watch it, they're like, it looks so cool online. But then when they get here, they're like, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Man, just even probably coming to watch a practice. Because we know, like, y'all TikTok everything. Literally everything. And it's fun to watch. Millions of followers everywhere. Everybody wants to be here. But, man, thank you for coming to the podcast,
Of course.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Justin. Well, that's our time for this episode. Thank you, Justin. Like I said again, signing off.